Good morning, you guys. So I wanted to get on here this morning because I saw a video, and I'll link it in the description box below. But I saw a video Friday afternoon, and then I started to look into it and realize that it's all over and it's crazy. And I just wanted to talk about it. So this whites only community that has popped up and that they're trying to expand and go into other states. I saw a video from, what's his name? The Black Conservative. And he did this example, he did a video where he showed after the George Floyd thing, I think, and during COVID, there was on the news in Georgia, of this family that bought some land with 19 other families and friends, and they were building a little, I would call it a compound. He was implying that it was like a community, and that it literally is just Black families. And they all know each other one way or another, and they got together and they built this land, and they were going to put wells and gardens and homes, and they were going to build a place where they felt safe and comfortable and community and all of that. They didn't say that it was a club or a community or Blacks only. It was a family thing, right? Fast forward to now, we have this whites only community, and they're listing it as a community / club or membership where you can apply to come and live, and they're building, a little town, I guess. And they're all over the news, and they're saying that they want to protect their culture and their heritage and their European beliefs, just the whole thing. And I was watching it, and I'm just like, oh my God, so here's the thing. So when I'm watching the video and he's showing the Black group of people who are talking about basically building a homestead, that's what I thought it was, or like a family compound. I was like, that's cool. And I had been talking to my family, my daughter and my husband, about getting some, because our market in Colorado is about ready to crash. I was like, let's get some land and let's put some houses on it, and not a lot of land because I don't want to fucking have to maintain that, but get 3 or 4 acres, put some houses for my daughter and her daughter, my husband and myself, maybe another one, and then a barn or whatever, and just have our own spot, because we moved into a newer community from our old house, and we're just on top of everybody, and I can't stand it. I just can't stand it. So I was like, let's get out in the open and build a family compound. And so we were already talking about that. And it wasn't because I wanted to keep mines to mine or I wanted to do anything special. It was just I wanted our own space, because I'm tired of living in an area where everybody's on top of everybody. They can see in my house. It sucks. You have to say hi every time you go out in your backyard. Not that I don't want to say hi, but whatever. So anyway, long story short, when I saw the clipping off the news of these 19 family members who went and pulled all their resources and bought this land, and they're going to build, I thought that was cool. I thought that was normal. They didn't say all Blacks. They didn't say anything. They did imply that it's because of, the environment and the things that are happening. They want to feel safe. They want to feel like they don't have to worry or stress, and that it has a lot to do with police and whatever. But I wasn't offended by that. The white community, they're really pushing and I guess I can understand it to some degree, where they want to preserve and make their life better based off of each other's race and beliefs and commonalities and whatever. I think the difference is one is building a family compound, and the other is building a community and advertising memberships to whites only, non-Jewish people. And they said non-Jewish people. Now, I think the Jewish thing is because the religion clash from Christian European people and the Jewish faith as well. Like, I don't know how we've all gotten confused in thinking that Jewish and Christian kind of go hand in hand. That's the opposite. But whatever, I'm not getting into religion because that's a rabbit hole none of us need to go down. Neither here nor there. They purposefully pointed out non-Jewish people. So, my thought is, okay, first of all, I hate the fact that we're talking segregation again. In my old videos, and I went on some lives a couple years ago where the black community on the internet was telling me that they wanted to go back to segregation, that they felt their community was better and did more and was more prosperous in the segregation days. And I was just like, why? That would suck. Like, why would you want to do that? And, you know, they made it very clear that they would just feel safer. They felt like they did better when they rallied, blah, blah, blah. And I understood that, but I was just like, that would suck. So for me, I was like, segregation, why would we go backwards? But whatever, you know, it is what it is. And now it's like, it's happening. It's happening. All of a sudden, it's okay to say, I want to live here and I don't want any of those people with me. I personally think it's kind of good that people like that want to raise their hand and say, this is who I am, this is how I feel, and this is what I want. So we know who they are and we don't go nowhere near them. If you don't believe in that, you don't want, I mean, fine. Build your little community, do your thing, as long as you're not getting any taxpayer money to do it and you're not out doing fucked up shit to people and burning crosses or wearing hoods, fine. Do you. Like, live in the Ozarks by yourself and raise your children and have your wives gardening and doing all the things. Like, it is what it is. I don't know. I think that this is a slippery slope. I think that this black conservative gentleman did this video to say, well, the blacks were doing it and now the whites are doing it, so what's the problem? Then he put some clips of black men and Hispanic men on his video from TikTok and Instagram or whatever, talking shit, basically. And he goes, oh, they're upset because the white men don't like them like that. It's like, he just was shitting on everybody all around except for the white community and saying, well, let them do it, you know, this is what you get kind of thing. And it's like, no, this is not at all what anybody's saying. Like, they don't care that white people like them or not. It's just, you know, that this is something that's going to start taking effect and it's going to spread. And if any group of people feel like they can segregate and create these clubs that literally exclude people, where do we go from there? Now, you want to build a family compound and you just want your family or your friends and you all want to pull together and make a compound and live, cool, I guess. But they're taking up whole sections. I don't even know. Like, it's just bizarre. And they're listing it as a club. And just because there are all black clubs or there are all Hispanic clubs or there are, you know, he mentioned that, or maybe it was another video, they all run together. Asian people will build up whole blocks of, they'll buy up whole blocks of area or shopping malls and they'll make it just for their community and where they can shop and stuff. And he's like, well, everybody does it. That's totally different. When you are literally advertising a small city and you're hoping that takes flight to where you could do this in other states that are just like invite only or apply only, and being white is the first, white and like-minded is the first qualification for putting in your application or getting approved. That's scary. We're getting into some scary territory. So I don't know. I think that when people think that these little things are small, no big deal, that's when this stuff takes hold, and then all of a sudden we're back. We're way back in the Jim Crow days. So I don't know. I think there's a difference between a family compound and a little town. But once again, like I said, I'm glad that these people stood up, raised their hand, and said who they are and what they feel and what they believe, and that they want to preserve their European culture. Well, you're not part of Europe. Didn't we fight a war so we didn't have to have European culture? Didn't people come over here because of the European culture? I don't know. I just feel like we're heading in a dangerous area where it's okay. I watch a gentleman, on another note, just real quick. I watch another gentleman on Instagram where he does videos about Black culture and being Republican and da. And he said something. See, he posted a video where there was Black women on there saying derogatory things about white women, smiling at them when they walk by them. And they're like, why do you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you smile at me? The next time a white woman smiles at me, I'm gonna, and then he clipped it on. And he started to make excuses for why white women smile at Black women when they walk by, or blah, 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 blah. And he was calling her racist and whatever. And he was calling the Black woman racist for saying that. And then I was like, okay, maybe that, because I started thinking, do I smile like that? And I think I smile like that at anybody I don't know if I'm going to get in their way or I'm going to cut them off or whatever. I do that uncomfortable smile like, I'm sorry, but, so I was like, shit, I do that. But then I got in the comment section and it is hundreds of white women, all white women, just shitting on Black women and Black people in general. And I was just like, fuck, like he made it okay with that one video he didn't make it okay. He made a video where he said his piece or he said whatever. And these women took that as an opportunity to get on there as a whole and just straight shit on Black women as a whole. And I was just like, fuck, like, really what that woman, that Black woman is getting is a totally different vibe and misunderstanding maybe what some white women are doing when they're giving the smile or the nod. And then she may be reading other white women just fine. Who knows? But all of a sudden it became okay for white women to get in the comment section and just shit. I mean, say shit that was just like, why would you? I don't even know. We're making it okay to be hateful. And I don't care what culture or what group of people started it or how it began. We're now making it socially acceptable for people to get on the internet and say fucked up shit about an entire group of people without knowing them, most of these white women probably have no experience with Black women or Black men or even a whole other culture because they don't know them. They're just looking at what they see on the news or looking at what they see on the internet, and that's their experience. And so they're speaking out of pocket based off of something they have no idea. And it's okay now because you have somebody, a person of color, saying it. Now all of a sudden it's okay for you to be a bigot and an asshole and say the most heinous shit that you have no idea what you're talking about. So I don't know. I think things are getting out of hand. It's getting crazy. And I said this in a lot of my older videos where it's like white people are starting to shift. They're starting to get mad. Like there was a video I did where a lot of my neighbors were putting gun safes in their house. I started to see gun safes being toted in to the house, big gun safes, you know? And I'm like, holy shit, like everybody's strapping up. Like this is starting to get crazy. And it was right around the time where the internet was saying you have to have $600 on cash, store your water, And people started to panic a little bit. and get their gun safes and get this and that. And I was just like, we are going into dangerous times. And granted, I'm not saying this is apocalyptic. I'm just saying we got a lot of dumbass people really trying to shift our culture into a way where it's whites against this, it's blacks against this, it's Hispanics against this. And it's getting out of hand. It doesn't matter who's president. It doesn't matter who's making the rules or whatever. We as society have to really get our heads right and realize where we came from, where we're going. And this is not real. This is not the direction we want to go in. So let me know what you think about this white community, black community, segregation, all of that, because it's blowing up and I'm a little confused. That's all. So I'll see you guys on the next one.